Whoop whoop, motherfuckers. I'm here with a very special interview with our boy, the king of Whoopkanda.
Whoa, whoa.
What up, man? I've been
What up, though?
I've been seeing you in all the chats and all the Juggalos streams. They all know who you are. I'm the only asshole who doesn't. I'm the guy. I'm doing the bit over here. I'm doing everything I can for the gathering. We doing pro wrestling streams. We're trying to hit all the fucking little Juggalos sweet spots. And I'm hearing that you won a promo contest to open Bloody Mania 15 at the wrestling event at the gathering.
Yeah, so I was just chilling and I forget, I think Palcast popped on or something, but Manny popped up and he was like, "Yo, we're shooting a wrestling promo contest and then send it to this email, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Shit, gathering promo? That's like the two things. I got this." So I fucking masked up, went in the bathroom and talked shit to my fucking cell phone, and then just like won $250.
That's so fucking dope. Can you give me?
I just want to do something creepy at the intro. You only get one first impression. Alcatraz 187. How appropriate. An irrelevant prison and what I'm gonna fucking do to you. A bloody mania. I've been on the rail for every single one. And you showed up about halfway through. Come get some. Woof woof.
No, fucking yeah, no, it was down to the final after he said send it in, they got it down to the final four and then everybody had to vote and they did a week of voting. So I hit up all my homies and was like, "Yo, trying to win this ticket for my homie, what's up?" And everybody came through for me.
Is there
So
somewhere?
shout out to everybody that came through.
Is there somewhere we can listen to this?
Talks hit like talk shit, but move the S over to the talk word.
Gotcha.
And that's Manny's podcast with his homie Ash, and I forget the other homie's name.
All right. Maybe
KFC,
I'll even splice it into this video. I'm not sure. I wish I knew about stuff like this. I'm too in the dark. I'm not up on the lore. See, I kind of came to Juggalo culture late. I was into it when I was like 13, around the time of Shangri-La. I was fucking banging that album heavy. Then for a while, I hadn't thought about it in forever. Now, back in those days, sitting at the cafeteria table being like, it'd be so fucking cool to go to the gathering, not even knowing what the fuck we're talking about, what the gathering even is, really.
Yeah.
Now, it's fucking, what, 20 years later or whatever, I'm doing a stream, and we say how cool it would be to go to the gathering, and someone just gifts me the money. I'm like, well... Whoop whoop, motherfucker. And since then, I've been totally fucking sold on this whole fucking thing. I love every bit of the energy from the gathering and Juggalo culture in general. I'm crazy about it as like a grassroots subculture, like the last grassroots subculture.
It's like the last place you can really be you on Earth, in my opinion. It's like the last real party on Earth.
I agree.
As well.
I love music festivals. I've been to a bunch of music festivals, and you go there, and it's always like, welcome home, so much love, you're part of the family. But I'll tell you what, like, it ain't that real at these other music festivals.
No,
like, those motherfuckers,
not at all.
they're wearing
They
their
don't know
best, like,
shit.
yeah, they're wearing their best, like, Instagram clothes and shit like that, and fucking, they're all, like, trust fund kids, and that love only lasts for that weekend. But with the Juggalos, man, you kind of get that all year round, whether you're there or not. But when you're there,
When you have
oh
a
boy.
convention, when you have a convention of scrubs that like scratch and clawed and did anything they fucking could, some walked, some hitched, you know what I'm saying? Like any way they could get there, got there, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a big difference than somebody like, "Oh, okay, I'll go to this thing." You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. You're
for
right.
me, it's like every year it's like I have to go to this thing, come whatever. Like I have to go.
You're right.
Then this year would be my 17th year.
That's why I'm trying to get more ingrained in this culture. And if I knew about the damn promo contest, I would have been in there. I would have done my best Chris Train, Hulk Hogan, Sonichu. I would have beat you in the cage in Ruckersville, Virginia. Tag team match with Magic Chain and Sonichu versus the Trolls and Haters. A tag team Trolls and Haters versus Chris Chain and Sonichu.
Yeah, that would have been some fierce competition, goddamn it. I'm glad you did know, but
It's too niche. Wouldn't have done shit. Just like everything I do, it's too niche to make any kind of impact whatsoever. But that's the way I like it, folks. I infiltrate these weird little niches, and I like to make them better. I like to be part of them. I want to add to them. And another thing, that's another reason I want to get so involved with Juggalos is that like it's such a small group to market to, but at the same time, they're hard-working regular people who are like ravenous for good content.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, real recognize real as far as they go for sure.
And yeah, I would love to add to that lore. Yeah. So where the fuck were we? What's your? Well, first of all, did you see? Was it Bloody Mania last year at the Gathering?
Yeah, they had Bloody Mania. I think it was.
I was.
No, I'm thinking of 2019.
Because I was down.
What
I was like,
last
I was
year?
at the main stage. They did have wrestling. I'll tell you that. What I saw, and I don't want to. I don't want to
Ever
shit on
since-
it. It's just kind of sad.
I'll
so you
shit
guys.
on it because straight up, like back in the day, we used to have our own stage. Like like you got the Shadowlands 10 and the fucking second stage and blah blah blah. Wrestling had its own stage, its own spot, its own burrow, so to speak. And like the ring was set up, and they had the entrance and all that, and it was there the whole time. And it was like another stage. But ever since they moved it to the main stage, it's been trash.
Well, that's the thing is I was like, I'm standing there on the ground looking up towards the main stage. Now they got it's the main stage. You're kind of looking up towards it. That's how it is when like someone's performing on it. It makes sense. But now they have a wrestling ring on top of the main stage. Now you're looking up.
Yeah.
And you can't really even see over the fucking ring apron. And
Nah.
I paid for my VIP shit. And I don't know who was even allowed to go and like sit around the ring.
You should have been able to go up
It's
by
possible.
the ring then.
I was way too fucking high. I had no idea what I was doing.
Right.
Dude.
What was that like?
Fable-
That was like the
dude.
climax of getting fucked up too. Was that night? Like it goes on right when you're like peaking.
Fago, exactly. Fago Armageddon, and that's the other thing. We had the VIP, but Fago Armageddon hits, and fucking, me and my homeboy with the fucking VIP were sitting in the crowd, just like, oh, no idea.
Shit.
We're not going anywhere, dude.
Yeah,
It was,
I missed
dude,
a lot of shit because of that too.
It was great though. I have no fucking regrets whatsoever. And the funny thing
No.
is, like, I've been to so many music festivals and I never give a shit about the music. But Vanilla Ice is going on? Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. Like how many more times you got to do that in your life? You know what I'm saying? Like you better check them boxes off now.
Yeah, that's a good point. And a lot of people are shitting on the lineup this year.
Kid and Play? Like what?
Yeah, we had Kid
Remember
and
that?
Play last year. Fucking, that's dope as
I
hell.
never would have thought I got to see them.
Exactly. And this year it's the same thing with fucking like KRS-One and Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Slick
That's the shit.
Rick.
Yeah, that's the shit I'm looking forward to. I don't know if I'm an old head or not, but hell yeah, dude.
Man, the only lineup that matters is the Juggalos who gather, dog. Like I don't go for the music. I know a lot of people go for the music and shit, but I go for the fam, like straight up. Like I'm chilling with homies. Like that's why I go.
I'll be totally honest. I don't really get going for the music. Anybody can turn on fucking Jekyll Brothers or something.
Yeah.
It's the same thing at any festival. I've never gone for the music. The fact is, you're out there fucking homeless simulator with your best homies for a fucking week straight where you can literally do anything you want barring violent crime. Maybe even violent crime if it's called for. If we all agree that it's called for, maybe we can even do that.
Consensual violence.
Yeah.
Consensual violence does occur.
Yeah, dude. I love it, man. That is a freedom that I need. I go all year long now just being like, there's a week of freedom. I got to keep my head down, keep going to work, fucking, work, sleep, shit, eat, repeat. Fucking gathering's coming. Freedom is coming.
Hell yeah, dude.
And what
Straight up, it's the climax of my year, man.
what greater
sure.
thing could a musical artist give to their fan base than like total freedom? I don't know. It's unfathomable. And it really makes sense. Like ICP's kind of history makes sense to me now. It's like they started out, grassroots, they got big on their own. Then they were like they hit like the dawn of like I don't want to say the dawn, but the height of like shock rock and everything, where you have like Marilyn Manson, Eminem, you have all of these artists. Now the labels are looking out like, who's our next hit, who's our next shock rock hit or whatever, and they see ICP, they see the fucking face paint and the violent lyrics, like that's the one, that's their next hit.
We
They
can
get,
market this.
yeah, they get picked up by a major label. But then suddenly the fucking major labels got them. They're about to put an album out. There's a bunch of fucking like protests I don't know, people like sending letters in, being like, this is inappropriate, this and that. They're taking a
Yeah, it
bunch
was
of
probably like
flack.
right after Columbine happened and
Yeah,
shit.
they're looking at like
I remember.
they're looking at like the Juggalo community and they're having second thoughts. They're like, well, this is kind of out of our hands. These people are pretty wild. I don't know if we can shine this up, put a bow on it, and market it like we do everything else. And they're like, fuck these guys. They're out. And they kick them off the major labels. But guess what? They still have the following. They still have that
Yeah.
national, maybe global following. And
Yeah.
now the establishment, all these record labels, everyone with money, is like, look at these guys making money fucking off our time. We don't get the benefit from this in any way. So what do? They call them the most hated band in the world. What do? They put them on the FBI fucking gang list.
Yeah.
And
Like they keep trying to keep them down, but all they do is shine.
and it is that arc that makes ICP so appealing to me. That
The ultimate underdog.
yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Y'all weren't supposed to have this, but here you go.
Exactly. And that's kind of what we're seeing. Like,
It's just two kids from Detroit that fucking had a dream and fucking achieved it. You know, like who could hate on that? Like,
imagine ICP being up and coming in today's like internet marketplace. Like, imagine them being
Right.
like SoundCloud artists. You know what would happen to them? They
Right.
would have gotten super fucking deplatformed and banned from everything, from every social media. And it's not because they're like too offensive or whatever. It's because they're making money when other people don't want them making money. Like, they got on all the lists, they got on like what was it? The fucking SPLC fucking watch list and everything. So
what's
it's like
that?
it's like the think tank that like so watches like extremists, so called, but basically it's just
Oh
like
shit!
anybody the establishment
Real?
doesn't want making money. Yes.
So anybody they can't control or make money off of.
Yes. Essentially.
Damn.
Now, I was reading Juggalo by Steve Miller, where it goes into all of this. But like, yeah, these are the people who are specifically deplatformed and banned in today's marketplace of ideas.
God
So,
damn.
let's go into the gathering a little bit. What are your plans for it? You got anything special?
Fuck. Yeah, every year is different. Just making it there. That's my only just get there with as many homies and as well off as I possibly could be is the goal. I'm trying this new gimmick out. I want to do Jeff Busters. I got like these squirt guns with backpacks with water tanks I'm gonna fill with Fago, and any Jeff activity I see, they getting blatted. Kind of like Fago gang, but like, you know, aimed.
That's funny as shit. I like that. And now last year, I go there and everyone's like, "Oh, fuck this. This is everybody's first gathering. Everybody's a YouTuber." And it's like, "Yeah, first gathering. Yeah, YouTuber. Sorry, bro."
Dude, that shit gets snuffed out so quick. I don't care if you're day 1 or year 30. If the love is there, you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're accepted.
One thing that's really evolving is that it's not just assholes with their cell phones out. It's people making fucking good documentaries, like our boy Humble Among.
Yeah.
And now you got a
Yeah.
guy like Humble there who's like ready to document that shit. And then you got
And
people.
does a great fucking
Dude,
job.
they're so good. Those fucking documentaries are
Nobody's
so fucking
better,
good.
bro.
No.
That I've seen.
I think there's a couple
This is bad.
documentaries that I think were a little more produced, that like more raw feeling because it was done in like the late 90s or early 2000s. And
Yeah,
if you
but
dig,
his
you can
is
find
like
the
you're
shit.
gathering.
Yeah.
You know?
It's very real. It's very succinct. You're really there.
It's like immersive. Like you got a fucking Oculus on and shit. It's like you're in there.
There's such good videos. But now I think the evolution that's taken place is that it goes from the dickhead with the cell phone who's just recording nonsense for no reason to a guy like Humble Among who's really making the documentary, to now it's got people like us showing up who are networking with people like that who can do bits. Now we can make a
Yeah.
fucking real movie. Like if we wanted to.
Yeah, no, me and Humble was talking about that. We wanted to do like a short film about the Jeff Buster thing. Just to fuck around and see what we could do. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no better stage than there.
There's so much fucking potential with all of this, and no matter what happens in the future with ICP or psychopathic or any of this, like, this culture has to survive. If it doesn't,
Yeah,
that's
it's
like a
organized
serious
potential,
loss.
man. It's organized potential. You know what I'm saying? Like 98% of every single Juggalo I met was so creative, so fucking, like, they had so much going on. That was just like, really? That just mind blown by like some of these motherfuckers, man.
I think that's one thing about a fan base that might be shrinking. What it's definitely doing is maturing. I think a lot of it's becoming a fan base where like the amount of people are smaller, but the amount of capable people are much larger. The amount of people who
Right.
want to contribute are much larger.
Yeah, like the whole 100,000 mainstream fans for
Yes.
100 Juggalos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a lot
absolutely.
different.
So yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to go hang out and network in the fucking podcast tent. I'm really looking forward to this shit, and I've got way more shit that I bought to fucking set up. Camp should be fucking tits. We got this fucking 10 by 20 foot black wedding tent that we're all gonna fucking hang in.
Oh shit!
We got the inflatable furniture. We got the fucking generator.
Hell
Most
yeah.
importantly, we got LED lights to fucking hang all over the place.
Damn. You know where you're gonna be at?
I
Or
don't.
an
I
idea?
want to. We gotta confer. I gotta confer with the people.
Right,
I'm
right.
waiting too long for that shit. What's the favorite? What's everyone going with? Which camp?
Well, I really like the 665, but that's only if I can get on the fence line. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna aim
That's
for.
the one on like to the west on the map.
It's like, yeah, it would be. As soon as you're walking in down that row, and like you can go down to main stage, or you can go left to that field.
Bare left.
It's that left field.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty
Or
good.
straight ahead to second stage.
It seemed pretty flat. You're around all the homies. I was fucked last time. We were down in the most like southern point on that fucking map. We got in there way too late. This year I got the fucking
Oh,
car
by the
pass.
parking lot?
Sort of. Yeah,
Like
it was.
in and around.
Yeah, because we would walk through the other
Yeah.
side to go fuck around in the
I've
parking
been
lot.
that's where the wrestling ring used to be.
See, that makes a lot more sense. That it was terrible to camp there, and we were out as far as possible, so everything was a hike. We had to go up and down the giant fucking hill constantly. Then fucking we're like surrounded.
Yeah, you were right there by the giant hill.
Yes, and we were
The
fucking.
hill.
We're surrounded by generators, none of them ours, with the shittiest fucking tents, the little crack tents imaginable. And it's always been my philosophy at festivals. It's all about the camp. If you want cool people walking up to your campsite, you got to have a cool camp. Otherwise,
Right.
you just
No,
get
I
drug
get that.
dealers, which is fine.
Also, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
But
we're
yeah,
going hard.
location for sure. The big trick is it's like whenever you're in the parking lot and you're lining up to go in, line up with your homies. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be like, all right, y'all go that way, and you're gonna be like, no, but I want. And they're gonna be like, all right, go that way. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, you're gonna have to go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? The flow of traffic and the flow of like intake. But yeah, I would say line up with everybody you want to camp with is the smartest thing to do.
Last year we fucking I think that's how we ended up in that buttfuck camp, is that we were in the parking lot and we're like, how do we get all of this shit into camp as easy as possible without dealing with like all the people? We literally just walked through the woods in the back and we just like threw all our shit down.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I literally did that same gathering before what you described and like camped over there and everything.
Homie fucking we're going through the back trail and like there's like juggalette shit all over the place. It's just laying all over in the leaves. Fucking homie fucking slips on juggalette shit, busts his ass and breaks his toe.
God damn, what was that, like day one?
Oh, it was something like that. It was early on.
God damn, a broken toe
I
at the
don't.
gate?
I'm just guessing
What's
that the
that?
toe was broken, but homie was fucked up.
Was he fucked up the rest of the gathering though?
Yeah, he was
Just like
alright.
limping and shit?
I'm just saying, get your fucking cardio in before you go to the gathering. If you have a hard time like walking a couple miles, man, you're gonna have a hard time at the gathering.
Yeah, dude, in 2019 there was such an incline on that fucking hill that I swear to God, as fat kids become skinny. I swear to God, dog. It was like this.
I was fucking 20 pounds lighter at the end of the gathering between the fucking like replacing food with chemicals and all of the fucking walk-in and shit, dude. My God. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, I was too, man. I think everybody was like that was a crazy one. Going down was the shit though.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I gotta think of some bits. The dream has always been to do a stream live from the gathering. When I say that, I don't mean just running around with the camera, which I definitely will be doing, but I want to do like an actual podcast. And right now, the only way I can think of doing that, we got a bunch of cameras, we got the fucking megaphone. Probably do like a fucking half-hour Bigfoot talk, passing the megaphone around or some shit in the middle of the night.
Hell yeah. The random Juggalo interviews is good too.
Oh
You gotta
yeah,
get some random Juggalos,
dude.
just like all the random Juggalos.
And the cool, man, we were there with the crew, and it was the first gathering. It was the first time the homies had ever done any IRL content. These motherfuckers were so shy, and a couple people were just completely in over their heads. Had never been to a festival, knew nothing about Juggalos, and they were just fucking in awe of the scene.
They're kind of looking at you, but they're looking around just because they're blown away by everything. They're not really paying attention.
What do you even record? Where do you begin? What would I point the camera at? There's a million things happening. Yeah, so I was getting some fucking interviews in, definitely, but the coolest fucking part was walking around with the camera and lunatics would just come up to you and just start rambling in front of the camera. It was so awesome.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, this is my moment. I've been saving this for this." Yeah.
What's your photo documentary about?
It's about how high I can get at the gathering of the Juggalos.
Well, that's not the issue. It's
Okay.
How not high
Really?
you can get.
Do you have to pace yourself a little bit?
Yeah.
How many days do I have to
absolutely.
pace myself before I can just start snorting
Dude, I've
fentanyl?
been on probably day 3 now.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. Pacing.
That's my thinking too.
I mean, when you're older and shit, you know, you think about these things and you're like, hey, I don't want to lose all my shit because it's kind of gas.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely,
So,
yeah.
So 3 days deep, yeah.
All right.
Don't
I'll have
go
to
to the
remember
gathering.
that. Never go to the
What
gathering.
Astronomicon? Ninja!
There you go. Whoop whoop.
You got
That
I had the
happens a
drunk
lot.
lady in the parking lot. I had the drifter
I did
talking
it to
about
a random
dragons in
documentary
Agartha.
too.
Hell yeah, dude.
I did it to a random TRDS. I ran up to him and was like, "Yo, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Somebody just boofed a fish over here." And I seen it later. It was fresh.
Dude, I swear, I have a video of homeboy Doro massaging some Juggalettes' feet, and there's somebody in the background on a megaphone going, "They boofed a fish! They boofed a fish!"
Oh shit, dude! See?
I played the gatherings during meaning
That dude boofed a fucking fish. You see those pants? That's a fish boofing motherfucker right there in those pants. He actually boofed a fish. I see it with my eyeballs. That motherfucker boofed a fish. Red Shirt boofed a fish. Everyone knows. Red Shirt boofed a fish.
your first sponsor?
He's a gathering legend. He boofed a fish.
She's like, someone would be into it.
Hey, red shirt, big pants, Mother Porter Johns. He boofed a fish. He boofed that. That's the motherfucker that boofed the fish. Fish boofer!
You're doing too?
Yeah, that was pretty good. This guy's got talent. Seriously.
Oh God, I'm so hyped.
I wonder what kind of fish it was.
It was some sort of
Oh, it was a
stingray.
minnow. Ooh. What was his name? Got the stingray. Oh,
Steve
God.
Irwin.
I'm gonna stick my. Yeah,
He was
is.
a real juggalo.
God, I've already fucking forgot his name.
That's
No,
shameful.
Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin.
If you say his
Never
name
again.
3 times, it comes back from the dead.
Yeah, right. That'd be dope as hell. Can you imagine Ghost Steve Irwin?
Yes.
He wouldn't give a fuck, dog.
That's true.
Can you imagine him chasing like ghost mantas and shit? Like,
Imagine that seminar at the
whole thing.
gathering. How do you feel about
How-
Bigfoot? We got a lot of Bigfoot content. Todd Standing's gonna be there.
I ain't never seen one.
You never
but
seen
I
them?
ain't saying-
That's not an
I ain't
argument.
never seen. I'm not saying he ain't real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I'm into it. I'd like to see one.
I'm a
I
big
don't
fan.
like follow it extensively.
I'm a big fan of Bigfoot. Tend to believe it's some sort of
Right.
interdimensional. If I had to guess, if I had to fucking throw my hat somewhere, Todd Standing is.
Right.
I think he's more of like an ape Bigfoot guy. He's a guy who's taken a lot of videos of Bigfoot supposedly that most people say are total fucking hoaxes, and he like rolls in the fucking Joe Rogan crowd and all of that. So I don't know how to
Yeah,
take him, but I'm
yeah, I've
looking
seen
forward
that.
to his content. That's for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait to have that like interaction where he's just there interacting with us and kind of read
Dude,
how he is. You know what I'm saying?
Walking up to Chris Hansen last year and just talking to
Yeah.
him.
Weird as fuck. It was
Nothing
cool
better.
as hell too, though.
Nothing better.
Yeah. Show us your butthole, Chris Hansen. No.
Okay. Where do I want to go now? You had mentioned earlier that you are an empath. And that is something I have felt in my life as well. I want to talk about that. Why do you say that?
Ironically, it's a feeling. I've just felt like I was like I can, whenever I'm around somebody, I can just read, their emotions, their energy, and kind of guess what they need or would like, or don't like, or just whatever. Just I don't know. It's like I could feel their nutritional value. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the like on the box, like it says what's in them. Like I can
Right.
feel that, but the emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like
Have you
I don't know.
always felt that way?
Yeah, 100%. I didn't know what it was until, like we were saying earlier, like tripping and see, I camp every 3.5 months. I call it church, where I meet. It's like a mini gathering where I meet up with everybody I give a fuck about. We have a giant fire and party all weekend and shit. Like it's not a cult.
It's it's funny you would say that. For a while. There was about 2 years straight where I was tripping constantly. I was cycling through chemicals, and every couple days I'd take a heroic dose of some other chemical, and it was constant. But I would call it my vacation, and I would always be out with homies doing bonfires and shit like that. It's because and at the time I
Yeah.
was extremely fucking poor, and that's why I would call it vacations, because I couldn't afford an actual vacation. So I'd go out and fucking trip
Right.
balls in the woods, and that would be like how I got back to normal.
Shit, I probably spent my 20s doing that very thing.
Yeah, and
Just out in the woods tripping nuts.
it was at that time that I was starting to think I was an empath. Now, as I've gone on, it's not that I'm special. Like that's not how I feel. I don't feel like I have anything that anybody doesn't have. And you could have a different take on this.
That's
and I'd
why.
be
That's how
interested
I
in that
feel.
too.
Exactly what you just said.
It is a potential that everybody has that I think most people ignore, have trained themselves to ignore from a very early age. And I know, like, when you take a high dose of psychedelics, suddenly the stimuli becomes totally fucking overwhelming. There's so much happening, so
Yeah.
many things that you would never notice in like normal waking reality, and they're just overwhelming. And it's colors, it's sounds, it's light, it's everything. It's like the beauty of a woman. It's all these things. And like, and specifically the last time I did, I did two hits of acid a little while ago. That's not a big dose. This was Juggalo acid that I got at the gathering. So
Oh.
I was so
That's
fucking gone. But I go outside at one
Yeah.
point. I look up in the fucking stars. The sky is filled with UFOs. Filled.
My
I-
very first trip, I saw UFOs.
I don't normally hallucinate like realistic looking things. Usually it's the swirls and the
Yeah, me
tracers
neither.
and the colors and the fractals. That's what I normally get. This was sky full of moving crafts. And that shit's got me wondering. It's like how much of the stimuli is out, it's constantly around us, but we just filter it out. Our brain filters it out because we have to go on. We have to go about our day. And it's
Like the color spectrum, you only see so many different colors, but
yeah,
like
maybe.
other things.
Maybe, but that's how I think about like the empathy. Like it's
Yeah.
always there, but you can't always be feeling what other people are feeling, or it would be totally distracting. So most people get rid of it, but the potential there it's in every single person for that. And like sometimes I'll be going about my day and like I feel like I'm absorbing other people's emotions. Like I'm really fucking anxious for
Oh,
some
yeah.
reason. I have no idea why. There's no reason for
Um,
it.
That's a thing. You can absorb somebody else's emotion. Like whenever I go to a festival and like whenever I get home, like I'm just distraught because I've absorbed so many people's like emotions and
Yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I go and fucking sleep for fucking like 24 hours. It's so
Yeah.
fucking exhausting. There's a million reasons for it, but part of it's definitely the emotions. It's all the fucking stimuli. And that's just back to what I'm saying.
I don't know. I've always been that way. Like I didn't know I had terrible vision until I was like 13. So I spent half my life thinking the world was blurry at that
Yeah.
time. So it's like I don't know. I use my emotions as like to see. If that makes any sense.
And it's weird how perceptions can be that until like something comes along and rattles your cage and puts it back into place.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about the gathering. Is like you can go your whole life feeling like the world is such a shitty place, man. You could be looking on
or
social
it's one
media.
way.
Yeah, you could be looking at social media and watching the news, and dude, it's just gonna drive you crazy. Like they're telling you how bad it is all the time, and it might get that bad. That might be reality, but like it just takes something like the gathering, 1 week a year, where you can be around like people who really want to be free with the people they care about and
Yeah.
enjoy it. And that can put
You
the
think
whole
you're
thing in
free?
perspective.
You're not free until you go to the gathering and see what that's like. Then you see your true freedom.
Yeah. That's for sure. And I can't wait to see you there, homie.
Dude, I'm gonna be there. When y'all headed out?
That Tuesday, I will definitely be there. I'll probably leave in
Right.
the wee hours of the morning and get there by the afternoon is my expectation. Probably
Hell
before
yeah!
the sun
So you
rises.
make the park, make it before the sun goes down on the parking lot party.
You know it, dude. And I made sure to last year as well. Someone clued me in. They're like, go the day before. Get there the day before.
It's like a whole extra thing.
Yeah. Now they added a day and we still get the parking lot party. And they're saying like they were thinking about the reason they added the day was to eliminate the parking lot party. I heard that theory.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
No. We're partying. Party.
Dude, I think they love it when we show up because it's like a bunch of city kids showing up and flying in, going to their local Walmart, getting camping supplies, going to this thing, and leaving fucking everything. So like, I think they take that shit and just sell it. You know what I'm saying?
That's so
they
funny.
driving around that last day and they're like, "Yo, y'all getting y'all shit right? Y'all good to go, right?" Kind of just like scoping the scene, you know, waiting for you to leave and like trying to rush you along. Leave something, motherfucker.
Oh.
I had to leave shit behind, bro. I had one of those collapsible fucking wagons and shit. Like I wanted to bring this shit with me, but I had no more room.
Dude,
like
it's so funny. And you say it like that, but when I see it from my perspective, I feel the opposite way. I'm not sure which is true. There's probably 50-50 going on here. You're right about the Walmart. We show up at the Walmart and we ordered all the shit. We set up a whole fucking like pre-order. They got it all set up and it's like hundreds of dollars. My homie gets there and he's like, actually, I don't want any of that shit. We're just going to buy some shit off the shelves. They have to put all this shit back. They have to put all this shit back for him. And it's like giant boxes. I feel bad about that one. And the other thing was fucking, I think it was Humble who was doing a stream recently. And he was talking about the Juggalos who leave their shit there and how you shouldn't just leave all your crap there and make a mess. And I'm thinking, because me and the homies basically left the whole fucking campsite there. We're like, okay, we're so exhausted. How are we carrying this out?
Yeah, a lot of people leave the shit. They'll pile it up real nice, and then they'll set the shit that you might want like on top of it or beside of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I saw like 3 handles of liquor just chilling and like some more shit.
That is honestly what we did. We took all the campsite, we took it all apart, and we fucking left it piled up next to one of the trash bins or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So, and all the liquor was there.
Anything cool you were gonna leave, you're gonna leave it, you know,
That's
where
true.
you think you get to it.
Liquor was right there. It was available. So that's your tip, homies.
I definitely was fucking had one of those half gallons strolling around that last night. For sure.
All right. Well, with that, I think we can wrap up this interview. I appreciate you being here, and I would like to do this again. I would like to go in depth with wrestling talk. I was tempted to do that right now, but I think that's only like 10% of the audience wants to hear that.
Right, I feel you there, dog.
And you can't blame them. Wrestling sucks. It fucking sucks.
It's like Shakespeare meets fucking gladiators.
Yeah,
done right.
I love wrestling, but in 2022, take it or leave it, really. All right, we'll go into that. I want to talk about that more, so we'll do that soon. Thank you very much, Whoopkanda, for joining me.
Hey, man, thank you for existing.
Love it, man. I will see you in a little over a week.
Hell yeah. Everybody be safe getting there.
Whoop, whoop.